Alright, Brian from Garage from a Hall. Today we have a 2013 Chevy Sonic that needs a wheel bearing on the rear wheel bearing. And I have not done one on this vehicle yet, so it should be a learning experience for all of us. Anyhow, pretty straightforward. I mean, you have the drum on here, you have a dust cover off the back. I like to kind of pre-loosen that so it comes off pretty easy. Then you have your nut on the inside here, and you got your drum brake. I like to kind of remove that real quick. I use a low power impact for this screw, and you can see I pre-loosened. So we got that. And then I like to take that hub off. So we are going to use handy dandy air hammer. I just like to find an edge that I can kind of hit a little bit. Side to side. Almost there. That comes off. And I believe this is a 32. It's a 32 castle nut on there. Now, I've loosened that before, but you can use a socket, but make sure you're putting a screwdriver in here. You're hitting that with a hammer a couple times just to kind of get that piece up a little bit better. And it comes out pretty easy. And then your bearing pops out just like so. And then you got the new replacement. So we gotta put this timing gear, we gotta get off and put on there. Take my hearing protection off. And this should come off relatively easy. WD-40 to that. Handy dandy grease gun. So as you can see, it's starting to separate a little bit. I'll add some more WD. We got an area we can start prying this out a little bit. Almost there. Be very careful not to put too much force on this, otherwise you'll break the gear. Okay, almost got her. This is actually longest part. Okay, so that comes off. That's your timing gear, and that is way looser than I want it to be. Definitely a lot tighter on that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to give that a squirt of grease. Got to make it hold a little bit better on there. Once that sits in there, that'll be good. Now the spindle, you want to clean off and grease. Okay, same deal, we'll add some grease to that. Alright, what I like to do is, believe it or not, drop some paper towel in here to make this gear, timing gear, stay on nice and tight. And then when moisture builds up, that'll set in nice and firmly. Make sure you grab all the excess paper towel out. Shop towel. And then that is pretty tight. Like I said, once moisture gets in there, starts working on that, but that'll keep your timing gear for your ABS working good. See how nice that's spinning? Okay. Alright, so that bearing is in. Everything looks good. Retaining clip. I'll put the castle nut back on. And I gotta look up the torque spec on this. So we're just gonna put that real quick on low until we get the wheel down. We can tighten it up to torque. Got the torque wrench on that. When we sit it down, so that's in there nice and good. All right, let's torque that out. All right, torque the spec. Alright, so we got that torqued out. Nice and firm. Alright, then we want to reset that castle nut. So just enough so that is not going to move out on its own. Alright, good. So that's set. So that's not going to go anywhere. Brake shoe inspection. They probably should be changed here soon, but for the purpose of this video, let's put the dust cover back on. Okay, good to go there. Now make sure you got your screw holes. So you want to line your drum back up for that. Should go back on relatively easy. I like to cheat a little bit, so let's put the hammer on it. Okay, and we'll put that screw back in. Like I said, I use a small drill, and you don't need these super tight, just enough to start it by hand. And that's it, just to hold it. Okay, next we put the wheel back on. And that is your 10-minute rear hub bearing repair on your 2013 Spark. Anyway, Brian from Garage Mahal, thanks for watching and subscribing. Have a great day. Be safe.